ways to boost your credit score. It turns out some debts are better to pay off first than others. Certified Financial Planner Joe Bert joining us now. There are 7 we're going to talk about. Yeah. Joe, good morning. Credit score is so important nowadays.
Well, some people think I'm not going to be buying a house, so what difference does it make? But it really affects a lot of things in your life. Your automobile insurance rates, your ability to rent an apartment, oftentimes your job, depending on the company you work for, your prospective employers can look at your credit score and see how honorable a citizen you are.
I suppose that determines your own person, your own credibility.
Yes, exactly.
As well. So let's talk about the 7 here. First on the list, anything that's on time.
Well, this is big. In fact, as Donald Trump would say, it's huge.
Love it.
But it is. That's what they look at. Do you make your payments on a timely basis? And if you are, that indicates that you're a responsible citizen, as you said.
Okay. Second, debt with the highest interest rates.
Well, you want to. This is the ones that'll get you in trouble because the highest interest rates, of course, cost you the most. So if you're going to be paying down your credit cards, which you should be, focus on the highest interest rates and keep yourself out of potential problems.
Okay. Then credit cards with the lowest credit limits.
Well, what you want to do there is pay off those because what they're looking at is how much of a credit card are you using. So if you pay off the ones with the lower limits, you're going to get rid of the lower that, and you'll have a lower utilization on that credit card. So pay off the ones with lower limits.
Because if you're maxing out your credit cards, that also
that's what they look at.
makes a huge difference.
Right,
okay.
Right.
Anything that gets your credit utilization under 30%.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
You know, how much of the credit card are you using? So if you can get under 30%, you're in good case. You want to shoot for 10%, and ideally pay them off every month if you can do that. Well, it is tough, but that's what they look at. You know, because if you're going to be borrowing money, they want to look at are they going to get paid back?
Okay, student loans.
Student loans. Now, there's 2 different kinds of debt. One is a revolving debt, like your credit cards, and the other one is installment debt, like home payment or student loans. Credit score likes to look at both of those and how responsible are you. So if you have a mortgage, you're okay and you're paying that on time. Credit card debt, you're okay. But if the only thing you have is a student loan, you may not want to rush to pay that off. Okay. And you can't get out of student loans with bankruptcy.
Right. Yeah. Or taxes, too, I understand. Okay.
They'll always come after you for taxes.
Exactly right. Let's see. Small balances on numerous credit cards.
Yeah. What they look at is, once again, is your credit utilization and how many credit cards you have outstanding. You want to knock those down. Get rid of the small balance.
What about utility bills or any past due bills?
Well, once again, if they're going to report to the credit bureau, you know, that's where you're going to get in trouble. And you get enough of those dings on your credit score, it's going to affect you. Highest credit score you can get, Andrea, is 850.
850?
850 is the highest score you can get. And if you got that, you're stellar.
What's average for most people?
In the 600s.
600s?
Yeah, high 600s. 700 is not bad. 850 is the best.
Okay. And when it comes to, you know, getting your credit score up to that higher level, we're talking about looking at everything.
Oh, yeah. They look at everything. But once again, as we said, if you're making those payments on a timely basis, you're not past due. That's what first thing they focus on.
Okay. Any advice to somebody who's got a number of credit cards they're thinking about closing out? Will that affect your credit score too? Well,
once again, it gets to your credit utilization. Pay down the credit cards that have the lowest limit on them, because that's going to get your credit utilization below. And there's two schools of thought here. One says, and we just talked about it, is paying off the ones with the highest interest rates.
Yeah.
The other is the psychology of it. If you have a whole bunch of credit cards, pay off the smaller balances first, because now you're beginning to knock down the number of cards you have, and you start to feel good. It's like dieting, you know. You see you're making progress. So there's 2 schools of thought here.
You're losing weight and clearing off those credit card bills. Very good. Joe, always a pleasure.
Andrea,
thank you so much.
Good to see you. Thank
Where can people find you?
Once again, just Google me, 2 words, Joe Bert, B-E-R-T.
Easy done. Thanks.